John 1, 1 through 5. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. All things were created through him, and apart from him not one thing was created that has been created. In him was life, and that life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and yet the darkness could not overcome it.
For hundreds of years, the church has taken this day to think about this one moment. Yes, Sunday's coming. Yes, Easter is on the way. The resurrection and the celebration of that is on Sunday. But on this day, we pause and we think about this light that shines, and the darkness could not overcome it. The darkness could not comprehend it. When a light is turned on, the darkness loses. And in this moment that we celebrate this dark day, it's the day that we celebrate because the light is shining bright.
Light of the world, you step down into darkness. Open my eyes, let me see beauty that made this heart adore you. Hope of a life spent with you. So here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. King of all days, oh so highly exalted, glorious in heaven above. And humbly you came to the earth you created, all for love's sake became poor. So here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. I'll never know how much it costs
To see my sin upon.
that cross.
So here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful. to me.
Philippians chapter 2, verses 5 through 8. Make your own attitude that of Christ Jesus, who existing in the form of God did not consider equality with God as something to be used for his own advantage. Instead, he emptied himself by assuming the form of a slave, taking on the likeness of men. And when he had come as a man in his external form, he humbled himself by becoming obedient to the point of death, even death on a cross.
How deep the Father's love for us, how vast beyond all measure, that he should give his only Son to make a wretch his treasure. And how great the pain of searing loss, the Father turns his face away, as wounds which mar the chosen one bring many sons to glory. Behold the man upon a cross, my sin upon his shoulders. Ashamed, I hear my mocking voice call out among the scoffers. 'Cause it was my sin that held him there until it was accomplished. His dying breath has brought me life. I know that it is finished.
It was now about noon, and darkness came over the whole land until 3, because the sun's light failed. The curtain of the sanctuary was split down the middle, and Jesus called out with a loud voice, "Father, into your hands I entrust my spirit." Saying this, he breathed his last. When the centurion saw what happened, he began to glorify God, saying, "This man really was righteous." All the crowds that had gathered for this spectacle, when they saw what had taken place, went home striking their chest. But all who knew him, including the women who had followed him from Galilee, stood at a distance watching these things.
And I will not boast in anything, no gifts, no power, no wisdom, but I will boast in Jesus Christ, his death and resurrection. And why should I gain from his reward? And I cannot give an answer, but this I know with all my heart: his wounds have paid my ransom. But this I know with all my heart: his wounds have paid my ransom.
Life is our greatest asset. If you have life, you have the greatest thing you could ever have. If you lose your life, you lose everything. We come to this moment on Good Friday and we see the light of life, Jesus, die. And there's a sense of great sadness that even those at the cross observing Jesus die felt. Many walked away from the cross sad because their friend, their king, Jesus had died. Some walked away glad because they felt like they had executed righteous judgment onto this man named Jesus. And it would be easy for us, even tonight, even when you're watching this, to think about this moment and be one of those two emotions, but we might look at it tonight and say, we have great cause for courage and celebration. Because Jesus doesn't just stay dead. It's not a period at this moment. It's a comma because we know it's coming. Easter's coming. The resurrection is coming, where the light of life dispels all the darkness. You see, in that moment, darkness thought it had won, but it was Jesus who would win. But before we move to this moment on Easter morning, we do want to take a moment and reflect on this moment of death of Jesus and think about what he endured on the cross. For by reflecting on that moment, it gives us the great opportunity to be full of thankfulness for what we now have seen on the cross, knowing the full story of this good news, of Christ's death in our place, so that we might have life, and life more abundantly.
When I survey the wondrous cross on which the Prince of Glory died, my richest gain I count but loss, and pour contempt on all my pride. See, from his head, his hands, his feet, sorrow and love flow mingled down. Did e'er such love and sorrow meet, or thorns compose so rich a crown? Were the whole realm of nature mine, that were an offering far too small. Love so amazing, so divine, demands my soul, my